Test 1, 2, test 1, 2. Sound check. Test 1. Losing my voice. Good morning, guys. I'm just waiting for a few more people to get our live notification and we will get things started. Good Saturday morning, everyone. This is Bridget with Horse Auctions USA. We're getting ready for horse sale day here at Jones. Like I said, just waiting for a few more people to jump on. I got a couple things to cover with you guys, and then I will let you go. And I've got some fun photos to post, and we're going to give you a look around the barn and all that good stuff today. Okay, looks like folks are getting the notification, so we'll go ahead and get started so I can get out of your hair. So once again, this is Bridget with Horse Auctions USA. It is the second Saturday of the month. That means we are here at Jones Livestock Auction in Jones, Oklahoma for our monthly horse and tack sale. And we've got a big sale today. So I just wanted to get on here, number one, to make sure my camera and my microphone are doing exactly what they're supposed to do. And number two, we have had a ton of new folks reaching out to us. So first, welcome. And second, we're going to go over online bidding and stuff for those folks who are new. Before we get into all the online bidding stuff, real quick, let's go over the schedule and just take a quick peek at just some of the horses we've got here today. It's a big run. As you can see, we've got plenty of tack in the ring and some really cool cowhide covered chairs, all kinds of saddles, new and used, some real nice leather items, a lot of good stuff. So the tack sale starts at 10 o'clock today. For those of you watching from out of the area, we are on Central Time here in Oklahoma. It is currently 9:16 in the morning. So tack sale, 10 o'clock. Tack is in-person bidding only, so no online bidding for tack. But for my folks who are here in Oklahoma, you might ought to mosey on over this way. Try to be here by 10 o'clock. We got a lot of really good tack to sell today. 1 o'clock is when we will start the horses, and we will start promptly at 1 o'clock. Got probably 130-ish, maybe 140 all together today. So pretty big run and a lot of variety. I am going to switch your computer screen or your view here to my computer screen so we can kind of take a quick peek at the catalog, just kind of go through the horses real quick, just like a cursory look. And then when I'm done that, I'll get into the online bidding, just kind of a short as I can make it overview. So my folks who are with me on the regular, there won't be any new information in that for you. But for my new folks, hopefully you find it helpful. So let me go ahead and switch your view so that you are looking at my screen, which you should be now. So let's talk about online bidding. Yep, got my screen. So if you have an iPhone or an iPad, you can use the Horse Auctions USA app. It is free to download. This is what our little logo looks like right here. Just type in your app store, search Horse Auctions USA. It should pop right up. If you have an Android, been a lot of glitchy things going on with the Android app. So I'm going to recommend my Android people follow the computer instructions. Okay. The website will work in any browser. I tend to recommend Google Chrome as it usually is the most up-to-date browser, but you can use any browser your little heart desires. Okay, so whatever browser you're comfortable in, you're going to type in the address bar bid, like you're placing a bid, BID period, horse auctions with an S at the end of auctions, USA.com. What that's going to bring up is this, which is an index of all the upcoming sales. And we're talking about Jones, and that is today. So it is the very first auction that you see. And you're going to click View Auction under Jones. When you do that, it is going to bring up an index of all the critters, okay? And then when you want to know more about one, like little Earl here, you can click on it and it will expand their description. I wanted a quick word about Earl. So Earl is well known to our Jones page folks. Earl sold here last Thursday night to a new home. He is an absolutely adorable little Jack donkey. He'll be 7 weeks old now. Unfortunately, he lost his mama shortly after birth. So Earl has been bottle raised and lived in a house and a stall his whole life, and he thinks he is a dog. You can watch his little video here. Earl's new family, the other four-legged members of the family are not as taken with Earl as the rest of us are, so Earl needs to find a new home. So that's why Earl is back, for any of you who missed that earlier announcement this week. So Earl is selling today, but that's why. It's not Earl's fault. Earl's, like I said, his family's tried really hard, but the other non-human members of the family are not accepting of Earl. So So Earl will be here and he's going to start the sale. So again, 1 o'clock, you want to be on right on time. So when you click on an animal's listing like Earl here, it will give you their full description. If they've got a video, it's going to tell you they have a video, and the video is always going to be the second thumbnail. So here's Earl's first picture. His second thumbnail is his little video, and that'll take you through and you can kind of watch Earl. I'm just going to fast forward through his pictures here so you can watch him. There's Earl running around with the dogs because he thinks he is one. Okay, so that's how you navigate. So you can kind of go down through. You'll see quite a few to be announced in there. We have a lot of folks. If you're not from the area, we've had a ton of rain and just, summer schedules and graduations are going on and all that stuff. So we do have a lot of to be announced numbers. Those horses are here or are on their way here. They just didn't get pictures in. So I'm going to be doing pictures in the barn throughout the morning. So look for a few rounds of pictures on the Jones page. Really cute Arabian there. This guy's had a lot of attention too. This gray horse here would be a good using horse coming right out of Nebraska. So you can kind of scroll down through. And then I do want to turn your attention, in case you somehow missed my flurry of posts yesterday, if you go past the catalog tag, so down past tip number 100, you're going to see mamas and babies, and we've got a bunch of them. Okay, there's a whole bunch of mares with foals on their side. Look at this little bugger right here. They are grade mares. So I know we've had lots of questions. Grade mares. There's a couple that I'm sure are probably broke to ride, but overwhelmingly these mares are going to be just brood mares, but they're all mares with babies. They're going to sell as package deals. Okay. I went through and I got pictures of most of them. I think might be one family on here I didn't get a picture of, but I will try to remedy that today. So all of those are here. There are a couple branded mares, ranch mares, that are super, super gentle in this group. And we'll kind of shout that out when those mares come in the ring. So yeah, lots of mares and babies. And then following those mares and babies, there's a whole set of bred mares. So from this same group, all of those mares will foal in, the next month or so. It doesn't at first glance look like any of them are going to foal like tomorrow, but they're pretty close. Good morning, Ed. How are you? Well, almost dropped my husband's glasses. That would have been terrible. All right. So mares and colts and bred mares and all kinds of good things happening. So that's kind of the overview for today. So to recap, 10 o'clock tack, 1 o'clock horses, and now how to bid online. And again, I'm going to do this really quickly because we've done it a lot. And so for those of you who already know this, there won't be any new information for you here. But for my new people, follow me. You will notice under every single lot here, it says register to bid. So if you want to bid online today, you can click register to bid under anything. Doesn't matter, as long as you're in the Jones sale right here. It doesn't matter where you click. So register to bid, and it's going to bring this up. If you have not had an account with Horse Auctions USA before, don't put your email and your password here. That's for returning users. If you're brand spanking new, you're going to go to no account, sign up here. You're going to put your name in, your email address, a password you can hopefully remember, and click continue. You'll then have to put in your complete address, your phone number, and you will have to register with a credit or a debit card. And this is very important. Once you do, Horse Auctions USA is going to put a $500 pre-authorization on that card. It's not a charge. It's just a pre-authorization. And I really hate that we have to do that, but we are subject to scammers just like the rest of the world. So I need to make sure that my folks on the other side of this screen are real live humans. You're over the age of 18 and you have a valid payment method to pay for your purchases. Again, it is a pre-authorization. It is going to fall off just like when you rent a car or get a hotel room reserved. Depending on how your banking, your mobile banking is set up, you might get a notice from your mobile banking that looks like a charge. Again, don't panic. It's just a pre-authorization. It'll show up as a pending, then it's going to go away like it was never there. That happens automatically on my end. When it happens on yours is entirely dependent on your bank. It's not something I have any control over. Just that the take home here is you're not getting charged to register to bid. And if you don't buy anything, it's no harm, no foul, and it didn't cost you $1. Okay. So if you get that pre-authorization notice, don't be blowing up my phone that I took $500 out of your account. I promise you I didn't. It's just a hold. So I'm going to go ahead and get into my bidder account and show you how this works once you are registered to bid. Oops. Let's get in there. There we go. Okay. So now I'm logged in and I'm registered to bid. And how do I know that? First of all, my name is up here in the right-hand corner. And second of all of my little register to bid prompts, they've now changed. Now they're asking me if I want to, in fact, place a bid. Okay, so those are your two indicators that you are logged in, registered, and ready to go. So at 1 o'clock when we go live, you're going to get over here, make sure you're signed in, click on the active lot. We're going to start once again with lot number 1, Earl. So you'll click on him. I'm going to click up here. Click view live, which I'm going to do for just a minute. And that'll bring this up. Now, a couple things about watching live. You see here, you can maximize and make this full screen if you want. A word of caution about doing this. When you do that, so if you want to do that to like kind of get a better look, just notice you lose your bid button, okay? So like when I'm reading pedigrees today and the horses in the ring, if you want to get a better look, you can go ahead and click on that and then minimize it again. You just can't bid when you're full screen. Also, let's say again, it's a registered horse and I wrap off that pedigree and you want to go back and double check something and there's a picture of the papers down here. You can click on any of the pictures and bring them up and then click right back over, okay? So if you're like, oh, who did she say he was by again? You can click on those papers and look real quick and then switch back to your live feed. Okay, so let's pretend we're live. Yep, everything is good. We're going along. And the auctioneer is asking for $1,000 and you would like to place a bid for $1,000. That's this number here on your bid bar. I will stay with Ed, our auctioneer. So I'll keep up with him. So if you're not quite sure what the dollar amount he's asking for is, don't you worry about it. You just look right here at the bid button, okay? So I want to place that bid. So I'm going to click once to bid. See how it says confirm bid? I have not yet placed my bid. Okay, I'm going to click confirm. And now there is no question that I have placed a bid, right? It's green. I have little stars here. It says I am the high bidder. Okay, so for my live folks, remember you need to click confirm to actually place that bid. If you just click bid the one time and you don't click that confirm bid, your bid's never going to come through. Okay, and we do that because we don't want an accidental bidding. Okay, nothing good has ever come from an accidental bidding. If you get outbid, it's going to say you've been outbid, bid again, and so on. Another word of caution to my folks who will be bidding live in real time today. It is an auction, so it's pretty fast paced. Now, Ed and I work together all the time. Ed's really, really good about trying to hang on to give the internet time to come back. But having said that, we don't have just limitless time. So the take home on that is get your bids in just as quick as you can, okay? Because once he says sold, that's it. That's all. It's over, okay? And it happens every sale at least once. Somebody clicks in just as he says sold, and then unfortunately it's too late and you've missed out on the bid. The other way that you can bid with us is to place early absentee bids. That's actually open and available to you now. I'm going to show you how to do that, and we're going to talk about why you might use that. So you can place bids ahead of time and let the computer do all the heavy lifting for you. Just like eBay, for those of you who have used eBay. Why would you use this? Well, the obvious reason is maybe you simply can't watch live today, right? You've got to work and your boss doesn't want you buying horses on company time. Maybe, again, it's graduation season. You got graduation, you have a family thing, whatever. You physically can't watch, okay? So that's an obvious reason. But a less obvious reason is this. I just mentioned that you need to get your bids in pretty quick. So it's very reasonable that if you live where you can have horses, you may have slower internet service. Okay, it's just kind of a thing that goes with having rural American living. If you have slow or doggy internet service, you might want to think about using this option as well, because if there's a delay on your end, it can delay your bid coming in. Okay, and again, if your bid comes in as he says sold, it's kind of over. So for a lot of my regular users who do have that situation, they'll place an absentee bid and they'll still watch live, so they can kind of monitor things, but at least that way the computer's doing the bidding for you. So how do you do that? You'll notice next to the bid buttons, there's a little drop down arrow. Okay, so if I click on that drop down arrow, it brings up this, and you click create max bid, and the number you're going to put in here is the most you want to spend. Do not be afraid of this number. Do not think that the amount you put in here is what the computer is just going to run off with. Okay, I'm going to put in 3,000 on this practice lot. I'm going to place that max bid, and this is what I want to show you. The computer has acknowledged that my maximum is $3,000, but you see that I am still the high bidder at only $1,000. The reason I want to show you that is I know people are hesitant sometimes to use that max bid option, thinking the computer's just going to, bam, $3,000. Nope, that's not the way it's designed. So when you place a maximum bid, you are asking the computer to act as your proxy or bid on your behalf, okay? So the goal of the computer is to keep you in the winning position for the lowest possible amount. So I'm going to sit right here as the winning bidder on this practice lot at $1,000 until somebody comes along and bids $1,250. And then the computer's going to put me in at $1,500 and so on, okay? If you place an absentee bid on an animal and that animal comes in and they announce it to crib or weave, or it's three-legged lame, or it's got a hitch and it's giddy up, so to speak, and it doesn't say anything about that down here, like it doesn't say this horse is a cribber, it doesn't say this horse is a weaver, and then they announce it, I'm going to take out any absentee bids, okay? Because the computer will tell me, hey, you've got some absentee bids that'll be coming in. I can opt to delete all of them, and I will if that is the case. Not because I want you to miss out on the horse, but because I don't want you to get an unwelcome surprise, okay? So all of that being said, that's kind of the overview of online bidding. If you're a winning bidder, first, congratulations. Second, you can be looking for a call or a text from Angie in the office. That'll happen this afternoon. You will need to pick up your purchases by noon tomorrow. If you need to lay them over longer than that, that layover board is available. There is a per head per day board charge. I think it's $10 per head per day, but you'll need to let the office know if you need any kind of layover board. If you need some help with transport, we do have some transport options available. Again, you can reach out to the office. We'll get you in touch with some transporters. Paying for your purchases. If you're an established customer here and you're planning on paying cash at pickup, this afternoon or the morning, that's fine. If you are not an established customer, you are going to need to give them your credit or your debit card this afternoon at the end of the sale. Even though you put your card in here to register, the office doesn't have access to your card information, okay? So you will have to give them your card information in order to process final payment. If you've made it this far, congratulations. If you still have questions, I am a phone call or a text away. Again, my name is Bridget, 336-904-8903. I'm going to get off here and out of your hair. We're going to start that tax sale in about 30 minutes. And again, horses at 1 o'clock. Keep an eye on the Jones page for some peeks around the barn throughout the day. I will be posting some photos. We'll see you in a little bit.